All right, so here we're going to be pruning some black currant. And I'm going to show you a little bit about how I like to prune these and a lot of other woody shrubs, which is kind of like an open vase shape. So a vase is kind of shaped like a V, kind of like that. And so basically I want to have an open center here so the plant can breathe well as kind of trimming some of these branches out here on the side. Some of these are kind of like getting in the way of the trail. Whoa! And you might get some people slipping. So we want to kind of keep this in a nice open vase shape. So let's start with that. So even these ones that are kind of, even though it's kind of coming out, I can encourage like some growth right here to grow. So I'll just kind of trim that one off. Encourage that to be our open vase shape. I want to make sure that the mulch isn't kind of covering too much of the branches there. So kind of cut that. Let's get that one right there. Also keep an eye out for any dead or diseased branches. You can always take out any dead or diseased growth. Oh, here's a good example right here if you want to get a close up on that. Now it's small, but you can see right there, there's a little damage to the branch and it's turning black and necrotic. Eventually you're gonna want to prune that off, so might as well just do that now. I'm probably gonna prune it back to this bud because I kind of like the way that this is kind of coming up towards the center and this stuff's kind of reaching out a little far, so I'm just gonna prune that. Take that off. Excellent. I'm gonna come over here. I like the way that one's shaped. Interesting, this branch that with the tag on it's not looking too healthy. You can also take out larger branches. So ones that are kind of old, they're not looking too healthy. They've kind of lost a lot of their vitality. I can cut out some of these older branches to give more health to these younger, fresher shoots. So I'm gonna actually take out this one right here. And I'm gonna cut it really close to the base. Because you can see, if I cut this thing just like right here where it was easy to cut it, I'm just gonna leave this whole piece here that's just gonna be dead and rotten, create this like rotten piece in the center. I'm just gonna get really close down at the base and chip that off. Get that a little bit lower. There we are. So that leaves very little to get dead and rotten. I'm also gonna clean up the center now. I take out these ones that are in the center. So the idea of opening up the center is to allow this thing to breathe. Right now it's not a huge deal when it's not in a leaf, but you can imagine this is all leafed out. There's no sunlight getting the center. It creates less airflow, so it's harder for things to breathe in there and creates more likelihood of pathogens like fungi coming up. So I'm just gonna kind of clean up the center just a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Kind of take out some of these smaller branches that are growing in the middle. But let's see. I think, that one. And it's always good to take a moment, just step back and look at your work. There's a broken branch there. And I think that looks pretty good to me. It's got that kind of nice open V shape. It's not splayed out quite as much. It's more upright. There's a little bit of growth in the middle, but not too much, so it's gonna allow it to be able to breathe. And I got these nice young healthy shoots coming up. Took out some of those older dead shoots. So I think this looks pretty good. All right, let's go on to the next thing.